Hello, these are my interviews. Hi,
Hi.
do you know anything about Bitcoin?
Not really.
Have you heard anything about it in the news?
Here and there.
So what from what you've heard, what do you think of it?
Not really anything I'm interested in.
Okay. So did you hear about, its rise and fall as far as value?
Sort of, vaguely. I remember hearing about it, but I don't totally quite remember because it was just something I kind of tuned out.
So nothing to be interested in.
No, not really.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Hi,
Hello.
do you know anything about Bitcoin?
Yes.
What do you know?
It's a cryptocurrency.
Okay. What do you use it for?
What do I personally use it for?
Or what does anyone use it for?
Investments, sending money. I think that would be.
Okay. Do you have any Bitcoin?
I do.
Ooh, interesting. When did you get in?
Oh, 2-ish years ago.
Okay, so before the 20,000 peak or after or during?
Before the peak.
Very nice.
Yeah, I don't have that much, so it didn't.
That's okay. Every little bit counts, right?
I guess, yeah.
So have you kept it or have you used it for something?
Just kept it.
So the plan is just see where it goes.
Yeah, it was let's see what happens. Let's try to jump on this bandwagon before it. So.
Okay. Have you looked at any other cryptocurrencies?
Yep.
Okay, have you bought them?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're like trying a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there one that's your favorite?
No.
No. Okay. Have you had any issues in purchasing Bitcoin?
No. It's pretty easy, I would say.
Okay. And you're not using it to buy anything, just holding it?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Have you ever heard of Satoshi's treasure hunt?
I've heard of Satoshi. I've never heard of the treasure hunt.
Satoshi is the guy who created it.
Yep.
Okay. So there's a treasure hunt going on right now called Satoshi's Treasure, and some people that are in the Bitcoin VC funds have put up $1 million,
Wow.
and they're giving away clues, 1,000 clues, and the first to solve 400 of them gets $1 million.
Interesting.
Does that sound interesting?
Yeah, pretty cool, but I don't think I'll pursue it. Maybe I'll Google it when I get back to my office. But
Right. Cool. Thank you very much.
absolutely.
Hi.
Hi,
Do you know anything about Bitcoin?
I don't.
You've never heard of it?
No?
So Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency, meaning that it exists on the internet, but doesn't have any physical like bills or dollars or anything like that, and it's not backed by any government.
Hmm.
Interesting concept.
Yeah, something new.
Okay. I'll tell you maybe how it applies here. So I was talking to a student yesterday, and the technology that creates this cryptocurrency is called blockchain. Okay, and they're using it for other things, like they're using it to supply chain management. So like they used coffee as an example. Okay, so if they can get all the people that produce, buy, sell coffee on this blockchain, it creates a path, a secured path. So you could know this coffee here came through, Los Angeles from Argentina, blah, 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 blah. So it's got more to it than just money.
Okay.
Does that part sound interesting?
It does, but then I'm always a little skeptical because of security reasons.
I can understand that. So it's built on security, the whole blockchain piece in theory, but you're right.
We
One
just
never
had
knows.
a recent huge breach of data. I think it was Equifax or something like that, and
Yes.
it was in the news.
Yes.
So it's always,
Security is a concern.
yeah, security is always top in front in people's minds, I think.
Thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome.
Hi.
Hello.
Do you know anything about Bitcoin?
No, nothing.
Nothing. So you haven't heard about it in the news at all?
Yeah, I've heard about it in the news, stock market stuff. And
So from that, have you formed any opinion?
No.
So Bitcoin is what's called a cryptocurrency. It isn't backed by any government. It's decentralized. No one controls it. Okay, it doesn't have any paper coin form, but yet somehow it has value.
It's all virtual.
Yes. So, what do you think of that concept of not backed by government? No paper value.
I don't agree with it.
So,
But even our currency today, we don't have the gold to back up what we have. So,
interesting point.
but
Okay. So this is just taking that concept a little further. There's nothing there,
yeah,
and they've publicly stated there's nothing there.
because I'm naive to it. To me, when I first heard about it, it was more like a Ponzi scheme or those. I can't. What were those plane things that were in the about 5 years ago? Everyone.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, so it was in the news. Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone bought in, but the last people in
Got nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Thank you very much.
All right.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you know anything about Bitcoin?
The only thing I know about Bitcoin is that it is some type of currency. It's some type of computer type of currency, online currency. Yeah.
That's a good start.
Okay.
Have you ever thought about buying any Bitcoin?
I've thought about it. Yes, but I didn't know much about it, so that's why I refrained from buying it because I didn't want to spend the time to do the research and whatnot.
Got it. Okay, so Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency.
Yep.
What you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's not backed by any government.
Mm-hmm.
It's decentralized.
Okay.
It has no paper or coin format. It's all online.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yep.
There's something underneath it called blockchain, which is the technology.
Okay.
Okay, so you could think of Bitcoin as two things. There's the money part,
Mm-hmm.
but then there's the technology underneath it,
Okay.
and that technology can be used for other things.
Okay.
Supply chain management, or so basically it's a secure ledger that doesn't have to exist in a central place.
Okay.
So
I guess I can picture that a little bit, but
yeah, so that's kind of the power of Bitcoin. That everyone's caught on the money part,
Mm-hmm.
but there's other pieces to it.
Okay.
So last question: would there be any point in which you'd think about buying Bitcoin now?
Again, I would have to do more research on it. Yes, I mean I'm one of those type of guys that I don't just purchase things or anything like that without doing my research. So that's what I'd have to do. Yes.
Okay.
Would it be a purchase? Like would I purchase bitcoins, or would it just be something? How would I obtain a bitcoin?
Good question.
Yes.
You'd go online. There's exchanges.
Okay.
Okay. Some are actually certified by the U.S. government,
Okay.
regulated.
Okay.
You provide an ID, so that they can tax you later if you make money. And then you just convert U.S. dollars into Bitcoin,
Yeah.
and you hold it like a stock.
Okay. I see that. Now, I remember, because I'm in the safety department, and some of the kids in the residence side were setting up these computers or whatnot to mine
Yes.
bitcoins.
Oh,
Yes.
interesting. Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the mining is the math part.
Okay.
Okay. So every time you make a Bitcoin transaction,
Mm-hmm.
it has to go into a block.
Okay.
Okay. That block has a math formula that needs to be solved, a complex one.
Okay.
Okay, to make it secure.
Okay.
Mining is trying to figure out that math algorithm
So that they can take your bitcoins.
so that they can complete the transaction.
Okay.
Okay, and whoever gets that complicated math first
Uh-huh.
gets a little Bitcoin themselves.
Oh.
So that's why they were mining.
Okay.
They were trying to make money.
I get you. Okay.
Okay. Now,
Interesting.
the
So they're not getting my bitcoin.
No.
They are just making money from
they're
solving
making a
that
little
problem.
extra on top.
I get you. Okay. Now that
So,
makes sense.
so think of it like, when you have a credit card, there's a transaction fee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, mining is the transaction fee on Bitcoin.
Oh, okay.
Does that
Yeah, that makes sense.
make sense?
Mhm.
So, did you guys stop them?
We didn't stop, and we were looking at it more from a power supply safety standpoint.
Yeah.
And when we went and took a look at what they had set up, it looked like to be fine from a power source standpoint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you know there's a town in New York that banned Bitcoin mining?
No, I did not know that. Is it Henrietta?
It is not.
Okay, that's good.
No, it's in the upper northeast, I think,
Okay.
and it's one of those towns that has the subsidized electricity.
Oh, okay.
So the electricity was really cheap, and
I get you.
in they came, and the town realized they watched a spike,
Okay.
and all of a sudden they're like, you know, what's going on here? And they almost lost their subsidy,
I get you.
so they banned it.
All right. Interesting.
Thank you very much.
Sure. No problem. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi,
Do you know anything about Bitcoin?
a little bit.
What do you know?
Form of currency,
Anything else?
traded electronically.
So it's a cryptocurrency.
Yep.
It's not controlled by any government or backed by any government. It's kind of like a stock,
Right.
but yet it's also cash, coins. Well, it's got online value, let's put it that way.
Right.
Have you ever thought about buying any?
No.
Have you heard of the blockchain?
Yes.
Do you know what that is?
Very little.
So the blockchain is the technology underneath
Oh, okay.
it. And there's multiple currencies that use blockchain technology, so like Ethereum, and there's others besides Bitcoin. So when you think of Bitcoin, it's actually two things. There's the crazy, price going up and down for the currency, and then there's the technology.
Okay.
Make sense?
Sure.
The blockchain technology is actually the fascinating part because it can be used for supply chain management, other things where you need secured paths between places.
Okay.
That's it. Would you ever think of buying Bitcoin?
Probably not.
Thank you very much. Hi.
Hi.
What do you know about Bitcoin?
Not much. It's a cryptocurrency kind of thing. Like you can, the money is on internet. I don't.
So there's no physical money like
No
dollars.
Right. Exactly. No physical money. It's all basically on internet. You can. I don't think they have still given it value enough. I don't know.
Say that again?
I don't think that they have given a value to it. Like it's not acceptable to in every country right now.
Ah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so it's not like a credit card where I can use
exactly.
everywhere. Okay.
Yes.
Have you ever thought about buying any?
No, not yet.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you understand any of the technology behind it?
Not much, to be honest. No.
So it's basically not backed by government. Do you think that's good or bad?
I think it's. I mean, if government is not backing it, it's not feasible to get into such a currency. Into such kind of because it should be legal, I guess. For to.
Well, I mean, the question is who makes it legal?
Yeah, exactly.
Do we get every country to agree it's legal?
Yeah, I think if it has to work in other countries or like in any country, it has to be legal, right?
Interesting. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
Excellent. Do you know anything about Bitcoin?
Yes, Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency which doesn't have any physical form and used for transactions online.
Do you own any?
No.
You ever thought about buying any?
Yes, a lot of times when it was in a crisis last November. It was in a big crisis where it fell from like $9,000 around to maybe 5,000, I guess.
So you'd think of it as an investment to try to make money.
Yes.
Have you ever looked at the mining side of it?
Yes, I have looked into it, but it requires a lot of GPU as well.
So because of the cost of the entry level to get in, it's not.
And cost of electricity as well. It takes a lot of time, even if you have good GPUs.
Yes. Well, interestingly, is the electricity in the dorms charged for?
I live.
So they do.
They do charge,
for the
yeah.
electricity.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So what do you know about the technology underneath Bitcoin called blockchain?
I've heard about it, but I haven't read about it. I don't. But I know that there is something existing called as blockchain.
Okay. Yeah. So the blockchain is basically the ledger that keeps track of all the transactions,
Okay.
and it's the technology that makes blockchain work. So, have you thought about any other cryptocurrencies or just Bitcoin?
Well, I've heard, for starters, I've heard about other cryptocurrencies, but I haven't used them or haven't even tracked them or never looked at them.
Have you ever used Bitcoin for a purchase?
No, not yet.
So just holding on to it and, hoping it goes up.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you know anything about Bitcoin?
Not really.
Have you heard anything about it in the news?
Here and there.
So what, from what you've heard, what do you think of it?
Not really anything I'm interested in.
Okay. So did you hear about, its rise and fall as far as value?
Sort of, vaguely. I remember hearing about it, but I don't totally quite remember because it was just something I kind of tuned out.
So nothing to be interested in.
No, not really.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you know anything about Bitcoin?
A little bit, yeah.
Tell me what you know.
It's a cryptocurrency. I don't know, a bunch of things, I suppose, but it's based on blockchain, and so it is secure through that, supposedly.
Tell me about blockchain.
Blockchain is a technology that basically allows transactions to be verifiable by having a record of all transactions that have occurred. There's more to it than that,
but decentralized.
Yeah.
That's the kind of cool part is it's not centralized, but yet they can still secure it.
Yeah.
I think you know more than most people. Just to let you know.
Probably.
So Bitcoin could refer to the money.
Yes.
Or it could refer to the technology.
Yes.
The
yeah.
blockchain.
That's true. Right. Yeah.
Because you could use the blockchain for things other than currency.
Yeah, I've heard proposals about using it for voting and other a number of things. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're very well versed.
Thank you.
Have you ever thought about buying Bitcoin?
Yeah. If I had money, I might think about it more.
Yeah. Understood.
Yeah. But yeah, potentially.
Do you think Bitcoin could be the money we use 10, 20 years from now versus cash?
Potentially. Maybe something like it. Maybe not Bitcoin itself. I don't know, but
the next version.
Yeah, it's something like that. It's possible. Yeah.
Are you? Did you learn this just on your own, or was it through a class, or
just on my own through reading articles and other stuff, and some friends of mine who know about it?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.